I'm Ken Moore on this edition of Agcast Video Extra, and today I'm talking with good friend Jim Carroll. Jim, as you may know, is the chairman of the United Soybean Board. Jim and his brother John are soybean and row crop farmers from Brinkley, Arkansas. And Jim, it's great to see you again, buddy.
Thank you, Ken. It's always a pleasure to get to do a few of these things and try to let everybody know what's happening.
Well, we are very honored to have you and know that you are representing Arkansas soybean producers and the entire nation as chair of the Soybean Board this year. Tomorrow, July 29th, you have a very important virtual meeting to select the soy checkoff investment programs for fiscal year 2021. And those deal with research, education, and promotion. Jim, what are the board's priorities in these areas for the next year?
Well, as always, meal and oil are higher on our list, but that's what a soybean is. But meal's generally taken care of with all the animal agriculture, the pigs and the chickens. And so even though it's big, we're still into it. And one of the main highlights and projects is a project about what is in the meal as far as amino acids and protein and that stuff. Protein's been falling the last 10 years, and we're working a big project this year to try to find out why and get it going back the other way. So I think this is very interesting to see exactly what we're selling, so when our customer asks, we can tell him yes or no, because we really think we have better meal than the South Americans do. As far as that goes, the oil side, we're really thinking this new stuff we're working with Ohio State with the asphalt is going to really be a big deal. If we can substitute soy oil for this petroleum products in there and make the asphalt not ripple and last longer, with the infrastructure needs this country has, it'll be a boom for us, I think, in the ag industry. But we've got multiple things. We're working on sustainability, particularly in the biodiesel area, trying to keep that strong. A multitude. We had I want to say close to 500 projects submitted. We narrowed them down to about 250. We probably, I hadn't counted, but I figured we probably funded about 70 or 80. And all this is with farmer money. It's not government money, it's our money, and it's things that we're doing to try to promote the soy industry and bring more value back to the farmer.
Outstanding. Now, you're working under the cloud of the COVID-19 pandemic. We all have been. Normally, Jim, you would have been traveling quite a bit already this year, the past 6-7 months. How has the pandemic affected the work of the board?
Well, we stopped all travel back in March, which is basically about everybody did. But we have closed the office and having everybody work at home. And so far, it's worked very good. Most of those people are not like Ken and Jim and not real technical, and they can handle those things. I think it's going to be okay. This meeting is very important. We set our budget, and we're starting a new road on some, hopefully by December, on a new strategic plan. So I'm hoping tomorrow goes very well so everybody's informed and everything. But it's been difficult, Ken. I heard last week that a gentleman was looking for his H2A help out of South Africa, just got him last week. Wow. Well, he's been through all the spring preparation and planning, and here it is. And so everybody thinks it's just being confined and not getting to go out and eat, but there's a whole lot of things going on in ag that's not there.
Well, domestic production is so prolific, Jim. American U.S. soybean producers, we usually get a very, very good harvest with a great yield because of research and technology, but export markets become vital to supporting this industry. And you mentioned USEC, the Soybean Export Council. They're working throughout the year to develop new markets for you, aren't they, and maintain the existing ones. What's the latest on the trade front this year?
Well, the trade issues, I think, is going to be more difficult, particularly with this virus that hit us, you know, right at the time we were in negotiating. But weather's played a big thing over in China right now, and they're hurting from floods and other things. And I think they're still going to stay in the market. And you and I laughed, you know, I told you for Christmas I'd like to see $10 beans. Don't know if they'll quite get to that point, but I think we're still going to export a lot of beans, and I think you need to be looking at this just Jim in about the 920, 930 market. Brazil's out of beans basically, and they're going to have to come to us here in the next few months. And even so, I'm not so sure that USAC's work hadn't really helped us in places like Mexico and Vietnam, and India has got into some chicken production now in a big way. So we're continually, we're not sitting here on our chairs just waiting on China to say yes. We're continually working on these new markets and better markets, some that's matured. And I feel confident that we'll do all right.
Well, good. That's encouraging. And I was going to ask about that because 7 months ago, you and I visited before the holidays, and you said that was your Christmas wish, was to get the bean price back up there. And we've just got to be able to export it. We've got to be able to consume what we produce.
Sure. And you know, that's hurt us in this country. You know, when people can't go out to eat and everything, we're not using as much. I did see this week where the hog slaughter was back up in the kind of normal range, and that's a good sign. I'm sure we're exporting a lot of that overseas, but it also is for U.S. consumers. And I like pork. Give me a good old sausage patty for breakfast, you know.
You're right, for sure. Well, you're 8 months or so into your term as board chair. What's it been like for you? And if you can just kind of one big highlight or takeaway from leading the USB, what's that been?
Well, it's been great, and it's been more exciting with this virus and these virtual meetings than I ever thought it would be. But it probably, just the bottom line, hadn't been what Jim thought it was going to be. But we're there battling every day. I had 29 virtual meetings I could have made when we were working on projects in a 4-day period. We just got through with one this morning with the officers before this meeting, before I got on here with you. So I'm learning this virtual way, and I think it will be some good points there, but still it's, I love to have the meetings in person where you can talk to people in the hall and get a vibe of what the whole board feels toward things. But it's, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what I'm doing for not just me, but for Arkansas. And I thank Farm Bureau for supporting us.
Well, Jim, good visiting with you. Good getting caught up on what's happening with USB, and good luck with your meeting tomorrow as you fund some of your big time projects for the rest of the year. And we'll look forward to kind of touching base at the end of the year, see how 2020 has gone. Okay.
Anytime, give me a call, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.